lot of sports here to talk about today, and we're going to start this thing off talking about the championship game. Sean, how do you feel about that game?
I mean, I called it. So that's all I got to say. I've had Baylor since the beginning. So much talent on the team. They got Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler is a stud, Masio Teague, Adam Flagler went off, Flo Thamba. You said you like Mark Vital a lot. I think it was expected, and they really came out and just punched him in the mouth. Gonzaga did make a little run at the end of the game though, which I wasn't expecting. I thought Baylor was going to win by 20. They only ended up winning by 16, but that's my general thoughts on it. What about you?
I saw this coming. I actually saw an Instagram post that said Gonzaga has a high-scoring offense, and then said Baylor, we live with the football team. And it clearly shows those guys are big. It showed, Vital, offensive rebound after offensive rebound. What's 23's name for Baylor?
23 is Tachata too. I can't pronounce it, but he's good too. He absolutely bodied Timmy. He showed that he was way stronger than Timmy was, and Timmy was getting so much hype into this game. I think Timmy's so overrated, but I also hate when he they'll be down. They were down, I think 24 to 9 or something like that. It was an awful game, and he got an and one, and he got up and he flexed. He did the mustache flex, and that just pissed me off, but made me really angry. Yeah, but overall, I think it was kind of expected. Davion Mitchell is going to be a top 10 draft pick if he goes to the draft. He's so good. He's so quick.
I think he locked down Jalen Suggs. Locked down
Yeah.
anybody who he was guarding, locked him down. And then Baylor just outran Gonzaga. Baylor would get a steal, go score, get a steal, go score, and it's just consistently. When it was 24-9, it was already 5 turnovers to none. Gonzaga had 5 turnovers, and every turnover, Baylor would just go down and score. And then every offense possession, Baylor would just out-rebound Timmy. Vital had, 7 rebounds in the first half.
Yeah, he finished with 11, and he played 27 minutes. That's pretty good. Overall, complete and utter domination by Baylor. And Jared Butler wins most valuable player of the tournament. I think it's the Final Four. I don't know what the exact award is, but he had 2 great games. He killed UCLA. He came out. He had 22 against Gonzaga, the best team in the country. So I think that's well deserved. What do you think about that?
I agree with you. It could have been him. It could have been Donovan Mitchell, or it could have been the guy off the bench, number 10.
Adam Flagler was a big part of that. He's a big part of that game in their offense. Teague started off a little shaky, and Flagler came in and he was knocking down shots. He was hitting everything he took. Teague heated up in the second half. Flagler kind of took a step back, but he was a big part of that initial run in the first half.
Yeah, 3 after 3 after 3. He just came in and started knocking them down, and then Gonzaga just couldn't do anything about it. And then Gonzaga also showed that they don't have as much depth as Baylor did. Baylor had 3 guys come in, 3 guys come out at every 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Gonzaga, I think they had 1 guy subbing for Suggs because he was in foul trouble early. Timmy didn't come out till he got that cramp or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Kispert played 38 minutes. And Andrew Nemhard, the transfer from Florida, who's another big part, he starts. All their starters played over 30 minutes, which is just absurd to me. You got Kispert at 38, Timmy at 33, Nemhard at 39, Suggs at 33, and Ayayi at 31. So if you're getting no rest with these type of players that are they're so used to being up by so much all season, they don't trail that much. So they get rest at the end of the game, and they're probably not used to having 38-minute games. So they definitely need to work on their depth.
Yeah.
Their depth they need some improvement there.
And 38 minutes is pretty much the whole game, because that other 2 was just putting the bench in because they were already getting blown out. So that wasn't a great championship game because Baylor just ran away with that one.
Yeah, definitely. They showed they were the better team and that they deserved it. So I'm definitely happy for Baylor, and Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, just a great team. And they're all I think they could have won it last year. I'm a firm believer that Michigan State would have won it if COVID didn't take away the tournament last year. But
I think Maryland could have won it last year.
Yeah,
as well.
There was a ton of good teams, but Baylor they returned everybody from last year. They were the number 2 team in the country going into tournament time. So you bring back that core that was that close to it last year. It's almost it has to happen. You know what I mean?
Destiny.
Yeah, exactly, destiny, and that's what happens in March. We can talk a little bit about the way too early rankings. You see those from ESPN or not?
Yeah, I was probably happy about that. I've seen Maryland at 5 or 6, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I don't know now because we're losing Daryl Marcellus getting into the draft. Aaron Wiggins declared, but he can also. I think both of them. I think Daryl and Aaron could possibly come back. I don't see Daryl coming back after his senior year, but I could possibly see Aaron coming back for his senior year. We still have Eric Ayala, Hakeem Hart, and who else do we have? Dante Scott, Jaquarius Hamilton. So we still got key guys to our team.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few things on that list that surprised me for sure, and one of them is being that Gonzaga's number one again. Like,
Yeah, I
I don't
agree
get
with
it.
that.
I mean, the West Coast Conference is not going to prepare you for the tournament. Like, we just saw it happen. Like, they're like, I think they're 1-12 against top 3 seeds in the last 5 years or something like that. So,
I mean, it showed in the tournament Gonzaga clearly was going to get beat at some point.
Yeah.
You barely beat UCLA, an 11 seed, who played a first 4 game to even get in, and made it that far. So you barely beat that team, and then you get blown out by Baylor on national television to show the world that you weren't really the number 1 team in the nation.
Yeah.
We all know who was.
yeah. And then another thing that surprised me is Michigan at 17. I was coming in thinking that Michigan would be a top 10 team. Like, they played great this season. They're going to bring Dickinson back, and he's going to be like probably the most dominant big in college basketball. Definitely the Big Ten, because Stars is going to be gone. But
Well, what about Hunter Dickinson?
that's what I'm saying. Dickinson, yeah, like he's going to be the number 1 big from Michigan. Yeah, like I think that they would have been top 10. Michigan State, another one. They were at 21. That's my team, obviously, but like I kind of get that. Like, we didn't have a great year this year. We're losing Rocket Watts. We're losing Aaron Henry most likely, but I think that we should be maybe a little higher, like potentially top 15, just based on how the Big Ten goes. We're bringing in Max Christie, 5-star recruit. If Amani Bates reclasses, he's the best player in high school right now. So we have a chance to be top 10 next year. Another team the team that I think is going to be the best team in the country next year, though, Alabama. I mean,
Of course.
They
Alabama's bringing back everybody.
they're
They
bringing
had a
back
great
everybody,
team.
and they have a 5-star coming in, a 4-star, a 5-star transfer, and then Chris Likes from Miami's going to Alabama too. So they're going to be loaded next year, and like they have JQ, like they're going to have fun. They're going to it's what Alabama does. They run up and down the floor, they shoot threes, they dunk the ball. They're exciting to watch, and I think that they should be the number 1 team in the country next year. And I think they came in at like number 8, so that was also a little surprising for me.
I agree with you as well. I mean, Alabama clearly had a great team in the tournament. They played against Maryland, blew them out. Who did they lose to, actually? They lost to UCLA.
They lost to UCLA, yeah.
In that
In
close
overtime.
game there. But
Yeah, it was
they're
overtime.
bringing the same guys back. So I think they play well together. And I think they bring a run to the tournament and bring a championship there. But
Yeah.
that's all we have for this segment. We'll come back shortly with the next one. Welcome back for another segment here. We're going to talk about the MLB. And don't look now, but my Birds are in first place. The Orioles at 4-3. And Sean, you said you're a Yankees fan.
I
didn't you?
am, and before the
Wow.
show started, Kobe was
Wow.
kind of, he was giving me some words for being a Yankee fan.
You know
and
what? These Yankees fans, man, they're just...
he's calling me a front runner, but I'm going to tell the story about how I
Right.
became a Yankee fan.
Right.
So, I think I started playing baseball when I was like 6 or 7, probably.
Yeah.
And the first glove I had, it was like one of those like authentic, like the fake like signature ones, and it had Derek Jeter in there. So I came home and I watched a Yankee game. And I was with my dad, who's a Red Sox fan, like coincidentally, but I was like, "Who's Derek Jeter?" And then he showed me, and I was like, "All right, I'm a Yankee fan," and I've been a Yankee fan ever since. I've been a big fan of the team. So, I mean, like the fact that they lost to the Orioles the other day was just insane to me.
I loved it.
Did you see the difference in hits?
No.
You guys had 4 hits the entire game. We had 13,
Sounds like an Orioles thing.
and we lost 4-3.
Giving out hits like that. I mean, the first 2 games we played, I think it was a blowout for both games.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we won 7-2 both games, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm telling you right now, I mean, you're saying don't look now because you shouldn't look now. They're not going to be in first for long, man.
I mean, I had my hopes up. Every year we start off like the first 10 games with a winning record, and then we start getting later in the season. Once mid-season hits, we're gonna be like 20-45 by the time the mid-season hits, by the All-Star game. That's always happens. I mean, the Orioles just don't have the same team as before. I mean, we're not the 2014, 2016 Orioles where you had Machado at third base, you had Nelson Cruz who can hit home runs, a decent pitching staff. We just don't have that anymore. I mean,
You see, the thing with the Yankees is that, like, our pitching staff is, like, so-so, besides, obviously, Garrett Cole, who's, like, Cy Young candidate every single year. But
And then Tanaka too. You guys.
well,
got
Tanaka went back to Japan this year.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he is. So we have Herman this year. Sevy's coming back in like 60 days. I think he's on a 60-day IL. And then, but I mean, like we can go for 4 home runs in the game easily, like that. I mean, we're the Bronx Bombers. That's what they call us. They call us that for a reason.
You guys get, it's crazy. You guys get the best players every year. Every year, I swear, you get somebody from a different team who just is a power hitter. I mean, this year you got Jay Bruce. What is it, 3-4 years ago, you got Giancarlo Stanton.
Mm-hmm.
You drafted Aaron Judge in 2011. It's just crazy. You guys get all these power hitters.
Aaron Hicks.
Luke
Voigt.
See, you just get all these players. I mean, the one year you guys had Didi Gregorius. Like, who can't you guys get?
And then we also have, like, you got to talk about the consistent hitters too, like a DJ LeMahieu. He's going to be like one of the best batting average in baseball, like last 2 years, I think. And
yeah.
The Yankees are good. I mean, I think that we're going to win the AL East. I think we're going to beat the Rays. So.
Well, I think the Rays aren't looking too hot lately. Let me
yeah, they might have started off a little slow.
Yeah, the Rays are 2-4. They're not looking too hot. I mean,
you can't
count them out.
Yeah, I mean they went to the World Series last year.
Yeah.
So.
First few games of the season, it goes. Baltimore's at 4-3, tied with Boston at 4-3, and they both play tomorrow. The Yankees and Tampa, actually, they're playing right now, and then Toronto plays the Angels today. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
But the Yankees definitely, I think, are going to win the AL East again.
We didn't win it last year. I think the Rays won. We got in the wild card, but I mean, I think we're better than the Rays. Like, I think we've so like the thing with the Yankees is that they have so much talent on paper every single year, but then once we get to the playoffs, we underachieve like every year, and we can never get over the hump. Like we went to the ALCS like 2 years in a row. And we lost the Astros. So
twice, but
they were cheating. But
I was about to say it's the Astros. I don't think we want to count what the Astros did there.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, not me.
I think everybody's saying it.
Yeah,
the Astros.
everybody is saying
no
it.
one likes the Astros.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that they're gonna come out on top this year. I think this is the year. I think it's the year. Especially when.
What do you think about the National League?
Nationally, I mean the Mets loaded up this year, but they're kind of not performing too well right now.
I think the Phillies might have
the Phillies look good.
The Phillies
look
good.
Really good. Bryce Harper looks like he's back. So.
I mean, I don't think Bryce Harper never leaves. I mean, Bryce Harper plays great every year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he had like a couple off seasons, but he's played really well to start this year off. So the Phillies definitely look good. Who else? The Dodgers.
Dodgers, of course.
Obviously,
always.
I mean the Dodgers are so good. I mean they have Kershaw now. They have Trevor Bauer just signed there. Like they have a great pitching staff. They have a killer lineup.
You got Mookie Betts. Is Bellinger still there? I feel like someone
Seager,
major left.
Machado. Jensen, I think. Jensen maybe.
Jensen.
I mean, their team is stacked. Like they're good, and I think that I think they should repeat. Like honestly, if we're being honest here, they have the best shot too.
I definitely agree. I mean, I think the Padres have a chance. I said this in one of the shows before. After Tatis got that new contract, they got a lot of guys there. Actually, isn't Manny? Manny's in San Diego.
Oh, Manny is in San Diego.
I forgot about that. Manny's in San Diego.
Yeah, Manny is in San Diego.
Who's that? I think Justin Turner.
Justin Turner, that's who I was thinking of.
Justin Turner's at third. When did Manny leave the Dodgers, actually?
I think it was 2 years ago, because he was in San Diego last year, too.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it, but, I mean...
These guys just get around
If we're talking about the Padres, really, like they haven't started off that well. I saw a stat that said Tatis has only seen the plate, like, he's so young, he's seen the plate, like 250 at-bats, maybe, like, total, and, like, that's not, like, a good sample size for a 30-year player, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, maybe he's going to get exposed this year to be, like, not as good as he was in the past. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the Padres, but, I mean, Slam Diego, I mean, they got a shot. So, they're fun to watch, super exciting. Tatis is an exciting player. Machado's obviously an exciting player. So, the Padres could do it, but I don't... The Dodgers have the throne right now, and everybody else is looking up to them.
So, what would you think your World Series prediction would be?
Today?
Yes. As of now, what do you think?
Dodgers.
Way too early World Series
Way too early World Series predictions. Dodgers. I'll go with the Yankees. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan. I'll go with it.
See, every year, I think it's gonna be the Yankees. But every year they lose and the American League Championship Series. So, I don't know if this year is going to be different. Maybe, but I'm going to just go with them this year, Yankees. And then I'm just go, I want to go Mets, but I feel like the Phillies will do it this year. I mean, the Phillies every year, they're like hyped up to be a great team. I think they missed the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
But I think this year's their year. I think Harper does his thing. I mean, Didi DeGorius, Reese Hoskins is playing out of his mind. So I think they get it done. Pitching staff, I think Aaron Nola throws well for that team, just like Garrett Cole throws well for the Yankees. So I definitely think they get it done there, and those two teams will face off in the World Series.
Could definitely see it, yeah. I mean, I would love a Yankee-Mets series, too, just
I could see that
for the story, like another Subway series.
That would
be perfect.
Great. Yeah. But that's all we have for this segment here. We'll be back shortly with another. All right, we are back again here. We're going to talk about some Jets-Ravens stuff here. Start off with the Jets this segment. So, tell me, Sean, how do you feel about the Jets depth chart? How do you think draft picks? What are you thinking here?
So what I'm thinking really is we're a rebuilding team. Like it's obvious. I think everybody knows that, and I think that the previous management under Mike Callahan, like we tried so hard to build around a quarterback that like wasn't suited for that system. And now that Sam Darnold's gone, I'm happy for him. I'm so happy he's going to Carolina. He's going to work with the best offensive coordinator in the league, in Joe Brady, or one of the best. And like I think Sam Darnold's going to succeed. So like that aside, I'm happy for him. But the Jets overall, their depth chart's a mess. I mean, we're going to get a rookie quarterback this year. So I'm thinking number 2 we go Zach Wilson, because number 1 is going to be Trevor Lawrence. I think everybody knows that, and I think number 2 is going to be Zach Wilson. I think everybody kind of believes that. Yeah, it's like an 80% chance, and I think there's like a 20% chance that they go with one of the other like 3, like a Fields, a Lance, or Mac Jones. Like I don't think they're gonna go Mac Jones, but like I'd put him in that category. We get down to running back. We got Tevin Coleman and Ty Johnson right now. Ty Johnson had a great season last year, and Tevin Coleman's coming into the same system. He knows it. He's going to be the veteran in that backfield to show the young guys what they have to do. I also think we could draft a running back, maybe in the 3rd round, like a Chubba Hubbard or the kid from UNC. What's it? Do you know what his name is?
No.
Javonte Williams, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah. Wide receiver 1, we have Corey Davis right now, which, I mean, I love that. Probably the second best signing we got all year.
Oh, yeah.
In the slot, we have Jameson Crowder, probably one of the best slot receivers in the game right now. He's good. He catches everything. Wide receiver 2, we got Denzel Mims, who this is a make or break season for him, really, in my opinion. So like, he's gonna have a new quarterback. He's in a new system. If he performs this year, he'll be there for years to come. If not, he's probably gonna just keep dropping down the depth chart, and we're gonna draft a new receiver, sign a new receiver. Tight end right now we have Chris Herndon. I'd love them to go for a guy in the draft like Pat Freiermuth in the 2nd round. I mean, I like him a lot. He's super athletic, big body, catches everything. And then we get to the offensive line, which is where we struggle a little bit. We only have one stud on the offensive line, and that's Mekhi Becton. I think we're probably okay at the right tackle position with George Fant, because he had a really good year last year, and at the center position with Connor McGovern, because he's a veteran. You might as well keep him around because he's been in the NFL for a while.
Yeah,
He knows what he's doing. But the guard positions, this is where we're pretty bad. I mean, we got Greg Van Roten and Alex Lewis. So at 23, I'm expecting the Jets to go between 2 positions. It's either guard or corner. We'll talk about corners in a little bit, but if we go guard, I'd love to see Elijah Vera Tucker fall to us. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love it. We could go probably with like a Wyatt Davis out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. But yeah, I mean, I think guard is like probably the number 1 need on the team right now. But then getting to our defense with probably one of the best young defensive minds in the league as our head coach, in Robert Saleh. Our front line in the 4-3 is looking really, really good. So at left end we got Carl Lawson, just signed him. I am so excited about that. He was like 2nd in total like pressure percentage this year, like one of those weird like Pro Football Focus things that they do. Yeah. Sheldon Rankings at lefty tackle, veteran, super good. And behind him, we even have Foley Fadakusi, who has played great in the past 2 years. Right D tackle, Quinton Williams, absolute stud.
I love it. Young guy.
Yeah, I mean, Quinton's so good. Like, he's so good. And then behind him, too, we have John Franklin Myers, who, again, played great in the past couple of years. So, right D end, we got Vinny Curry, another veteran who I really like a lot. Linebackers were a little shaky, but I think that we can get around it at least for this year because we have a captain, C.J. Mosley.
Yeah.
I mean, he played. You know C.J. Mosley. He played great for the Ravens
my guy.
Yeah, for a long time. He played great for them, and
Saved Baltimore that 1 year.
He's just stealing money from the Jets right now. So he hasn't played in 2 years.
I mean, sometimes you guys steal a lot of players from us. Like at one point, they called you guys like I saw this name was like the Baltimore Jets because you guys would just take people from Baltimore. You took C.J. You took Joe Flacco.
Well, I mean,
Rashad Perriman.
If you think about it, if we're signing C.J. Mosley to that deal we signed him for, McCagnon gave him so much money, and it was the most money a middle linebacker's ever made. So, I mean, anybody in their right mind would take that.
Yeah, but he is a great
he's
linebacker.
A great player, and I think that he'll do well. Gerard Davis, I think he can kind of start to revive his career a little bit with New York, especially under a new system. And then Blake Cashman as our will linebacker. So I think our linebacker core is like iffy, and I really want to see what Blake Cashman can do because he's such a young guy. But I think that's going to have to be addressed next year somehow. Then we get to the corners, which is just awful. So terrible. I mean, we got Bless Austin. He's going to be a third-year player. I don't think he has an interception yet. And Bryce Hall, who's a 6th-round pick out of Virginia last year. I love Bryce Hall. He's got great size, and he's super fast, super athletic. He got a pick off of Jared Goff, I think, last year. Pretty good in coverage, zone man. But I think we give him another shot. I think Bless Austin needs to move down the depth chart, though, like 100%. We lost our best cornerback this year, too, in Brian Poole. I think he's still in the free agent market, but I know we didn't re-sign him.
What do you think you guys will do at left corner then?
I think we should get a guy the dream would probably be J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. He's a baller. And I guess Patrick Surtain too, but I mean I think everybody in their right mind has us going to the Cowboys at 10.
Yeah.
They need help in the secondary too. But if J.C. Horn can pull a 23 or the kid out of Northwestern, his name's slipping my mind right now, but he's really good too. And I think that 23 should go corner, and then 33 should go, or 34 should go guard. I think that 23 should be either J.C. Horn or the kid from Northwestern, and 34 should be Wyatt Davis out of Ohio State, because he had a great season. He just got hurt in the championship game. So, obviously, if you get hurt and you're a top prospect, there's going to be question marks around your name.
Yeah.
Special teams, another thing that I'm not super, super confident in just because our place kicker is awful. We have Sam Ficken and Chase McLaughlin right now. We have a battle going on at place kicker, so I would love for us to at least draft a kicker. I mean, last year we drafted a stud. We got the best punter in the league now, Braden Mann. 6th-round pick out of, I think, A&M. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I'm excited for where the Jets are going, and we have so many picks coming in the next couple of years. So,
I mean, what'd you get for Darnold there?
For Darnold, we got a 6 this year and a 2 and a 4 next year. So we have 4 picks in the top, potentially 50 next year, which is huge for a rebuilding team, especially. This year we have 3 picks in the top 35. Next year we're going to have 4 picks in maybe the top 50. So if you get that for a quarterback that was he needed to get out of New York, I'm happy about it. I really like what Joe Douglas is doing. I think the plan right now is you draft that young guy, that young quarterback, and you build around him. You build around Zach Wilson, not bring Sam Darnold into an already built team. Not the same thing that McCagnon did. I really like our management, but that's what I like for the Jets this year for sure.
All right. Well, that's what we have for this segment here. We'll be back shortly with another one. Okay, we're back, and now it's time to talk about, you already know, the best team in the AFC North, Baltimore Ravens.
I don't know about
and
that
my
one.
guy, Lamar Jackson.
That one.
Big trust. Woo woo. The baby goat.
He's overrated.
Never. Top 5 quarterback. Top 5 quarterback.
Overrated.
Starting off, you already know, Lamar Jackson, quarterback. Backups, Tristan Smurley and Huntley. I'm thinking here Huntley takes over the backup spot. Last year, Huntley came in. The Jacksonville game he played in the Buffalo game when Lamar went down with that concussion. And honestly, he fits the scheme perfectly, like the RPO run type scheme. He can run the ball but almost similar to as Lamar can. And it showed in the Jacksonville game. He ran 5 times, got a big 20-30 yard game. So yeah, he definitely fits that well. So I see him as being the second string. I think we keep Tristan Smurley. Tristan Smurley played good in the Cleveland game. Lamar went down with a so-called cramp. And
He had to poop.
He had
He had to
I don't
go.
know
He had to
what
use the
had to do.
bathroom.
He had to do something, but
And,
we still don't know. But I think Trace takes the third string quarterback. With RG3 gone, RG3 was a good leader, but like not a great quarterback. As you could see, Pittsburgh game sold the bag very, very badly. I mean, Trace definitely, clearly played better than him. So yeah, I think that's our lineup there. Running back, of course, you got J.K. Dobbins. Stud, absolute stud. Played great last year with us. I think he should have started from the jump. I don't know why we had Mark Ingram. I think J.K. should have started from the jump. Then back up, you got Gus the Bus Edwards. Great running back. I love Gus. He's been with us for like 4 years now. Hard-nosed running back. I mean, JK's your like agility, make a move type guy. Gus is your downhill running back. You put him on the goal line. If you need a 4th and 1, 4th and inches, you give the ball to Gus Edwards, have him run through. Fullback as well, you got Patrick Ricard. Patrick Ricard can play any position of a bigger size. So like fullback, lineman, D-line. I mean, he played 2 years ago in the Cincinnati game, played D-line, got a strip sack, we scored a touchdown offset. So, Patrick Ricard, big body there, so I love that. Receiver 1, Sammy Watkins, just got him. Glad we got that pick. Glad we picked him up. Needed a receiver for Lamar. Needed a receiver 1. Hollywood's definitely going to be the receiver 2. But I can see Devin Duvernay and James Prochet getting some time there. I mean, James Prochet and Devin definitely should have got some more reps last season. James Prochet played against the Titans, had a nice little whip route. Clearly got open. I don't know why we didn't use him more. But so glad we got rid of our passing coordinator, so that helps out as well. Devin Duvernay clearly has speed. I mean, showed it against Kansas City with a big kickoff return there. Third receiver, Miles Boykin. That's your kind of big body receiver. So if we need to go up and grab a guy, I mean, I guess we're going to use Miles. Tight end, we got Mark Andrews, but also got Nick Boyles and the type of offense we run there. So Nick Boyles is our clear-cut blocking tight end. Great blocker, love Nick Boyles. Sad to see him got hurt last year in the New England game, but Nick Boyles played great. Mark Andrews, I think top 3 tight end in the league. So pretty good. Top 3, top 4.
I'll give him. I mean, Kelsey, Kittle,
Andrews,
Waller. No, not Wallace. Waller. Waller's better than Andrews.
I think Andrews is better than Waller.
I'll give Andrews 4, but you can keep going. I mean, I'm not going to interrupt you anymore.
You got Ronnie Stanley at left tackle. So our line's kind of good. Just need to tweak a little spots. I mean, center, Patrick Murphy. I mean, we got rid of I don't know if it was Patrick or our other center who just kept, in the New England game, kept just bad snap after bad snap. Over snap Lamar, threw it on the ground, just kept having bad snaps there. Bradley Bozeman played great last season at left guard. Kevin Zittler, great pickup, top guard in the league, so that's gonna help us out as well. And then still shaky with this one, Orlando Brown. Don't know if he's staying, don't know if he's leaving. We just gotta see with that one, waiting for trade to happen. Nothing's happened yet, so waiting on that one. Then our defense, I think we're coming in. I feel like we could have a top defense in the league. I feel like we should have had a top defense in the league last year with the guys we had. But losing 2 edge rushers, we're gonna have to tweak some spots there. I mean,
super talented edge rushers too.
We got Derek Wolfe, stud, absolute stud. I love Derek Wolfe last season. Played absolutely great. Brandon Williams, love Brandon Williams as well. Great nose tackle, good run stopper. Calais Campbell just is a big dude, huge. Linebacker Tyus Bowser, re-signed him this year, and LJ Fort, both those guys. So good to see them back. Tyus Bowser had a few picks this year, one against Pittsburgh, another against Cleveland. So he can ball out, of course. And my guy Patrick Queen from LSU, I think he's an absolute stud. It shows. He can ball out.
Top 10 linebacker in the league for sure.
Yes. Jalen Ferguson, I mean, we got him to Pernell McPhee. Don't know what's going to happen there. And then my favorite part of this team, the secondary. I think we have a top secondary. I think we have the best secondary in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Marlon Humphreys, stud corner. I think Marlon Humphreys is a top 5 corner in the league. Marcus Peters, I give him top 10. Marcus Peters had a shaky year last season. didn't play so well. Had his ups and downs. And then to back up Marlon, you got Jimmy Smith. He's been with us since we won the Super Bowl. I like Jimmy. He's a good physical corner there. And then to back up Peters here, if this dude stays healthy, we have Tavion Young. Tavion Young has not stayed healthy since he's been with us. He's a great corner, just needs to stay healthy.
So who do you think is going to play in the slot? Because, I mean, Marlon and Marcus Peters are going to be on the outside. If you want a nickel package and you need someone in the slot,
I think if Tavon's healthy, we keep him there. And then if not, maybe we bring Jimmy in. I think we did that a few times, had Jimmy either on the outside or inside and had Marlon played as well. So I think we do that. Maybe Anthony Averett as well. And then our safeties, I mean, my guy, the Joker, Deshaun Elliott, the Derrick Henry killer. I think he's a Derrick Henry killer. He's a beast. I mean, he's a hard-hitting free safety.
I gotcha. I don't know if anybody's a Derrick Henry killer, but...
I mean, he rocked him a couple of times.
Well, let's give him Derrick Henry maintainer.
All right, good.
That's fair.
And then Chuck Clark. Chuck Clark's a pretty good, strong safety. And Anthony Levine Sr. to back him up. So, Anthony Levine Sr. is pretty like a veteran dude. So, I like keeping him on the team as well. Then the special teams, of course, other than losing our long snapper Morgan Kotz, we signed Nick Moore from the XFL. Hopefully he does well. Not the same without the Wolfpack. You already know the best kicker in the league. We have Justin Tucker. One of the top punters in the league, Sam Cook.
Yeah.
And then returning there, you got Duvernay. So pretty set there.
So where do you think you go with your first round pick this year?
I think we go edge rusher. Definitely edge rusher.
Makes sense.
But that's all we have for this segment here. We'll be back shortly for another. We're back again here, about to talk about the NBA. Sean, how do you feel about your guys, the New York Knicks?
Disappointed for sure. I mean, we start off the season so strong, and it's something that the Knicks haven't been in a while, which is good. But 4-6 in our last 10. We've lost the last 2. And it's really, really, really starting to feel like last year again. Like in the beginning of the season, it felt so different. The energy was different. They were just like coming out, they were playing defense, they were playing hard, getting up and down the field, best defense in the league. Tom Thibodeau be at the helm, defensive-minded coach, and it feels like it's starting to fizzle out. And I can't say I'm super surprised just because Tom Thibodeau's teams notoriously fizzle out at the end of the season. So you can't say you're surprised, but at the same time, it's really disappointing because we have an all-star on our team in Julius Randle. We have R.J. Barrett, who is one of the most disrespected young players in the league right now because every single list that comes out,
he's not on it.
Not on it. Like the top 25 players under 25. They had I forgot who the exact. They had Anthony Edwards on there over him.
They had LaMelo at 3.
Yeah, I mean LaMelo's he's the rookie of the year this year. He deserves that. But R.J. Barrett's better than Anthony Edwards this year, 100%. I mean, Anthony Edwards is shooting 10 times the shots as him, and he's shooting at 39%. R.J. Barrett's shooting at 45%, and way better from 3, and averaging more points, rebounds, and assists. So, I mean, I think R.J. Barrett is going to be really good in the league, but he's definitely disrespected right now. He just went for 29 the other night, and nobody talked about it. I think we're going to make the play-in, which I'm happy about for sure, but I don't know where we go after that. Because, if we, I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs because they don't play well when it's, clutch time. Julius Randle gets a shot every single game at the end of the game, and he misses on long every single time on the same exact pull-up jumper at the elbow that he hits all game long, and then once he gets to the fourth quarter, he can't make it anymore. So that's just really, really annoying to me. But I'm disappointed. I think we can bounce back. I'm going to check what our schedule looks like right now, but overall, the Knicks are just, it's making me feel like last year. We have the Grizzlies this week, and that's a good matchup for us. The Grizzlies are nice, though. Yeah, we have them tonight, and then we have the Raptors Sunday, Lakers next week, and the Pelicans after that. We got to go 3-1 in these games. I
think you could definitely beat the Lakers. The Lakers are a struggling team right now. With all their injuries.
Yeah, without LeBron, AD, Andre Drummond, it's tough.
It's not
but
looking hot for them.
Yeah, I think we can beat the Raptors for sure. Grizzlies, that's another person on the team that I just don't like at all. Elfrid Payton. Why is he the starting point guard when Emmanuel Quickley is doing so well as a rookie and also getting disrespected by every single list? But, like he's like fourth in like the like rookie of the year conversation right now, and he's had like one of the best seasons in playing 15 minutes a game. So, I mean, he should be in the conversation more. I don't think he should win it. I think Anthony Edwards is the clear cut favorite now, or like, and then Tyrese Halliburton is probably a little bit ahead of him, and then I think Quickly's right there. But, I think we can beat the Grizzlies. I don't know how Elfrid Payton is going to guard Ja Morant, but we'll see what happens. And then
You got Toronto 2 days from now, so I think you guys can win that one as well. Toronto is also not a great team
yeah,
at
I
the
mean,
moment.
I think we can definitely beat the Raptors. I think we can beat the Lakers. I think we're probably going to lose to the Pelicans, but then again, the Pelicans also choke so hard in every single game they play. So, you never know. But no, enough about the Knicks. What about your Wizards? What do you think about them?
You know, I'm just here for the ride. Honestly, I knew coming into the season we weren't gonna play well. I mean, we got Russ off the trade for from John Wall. Bradley Beal, a lot of Bradley Beal trade talk. I was thinking Bradley Beal wasn't even going to stay. I wasn't expecting Bradley Beal to stay this season. And kind of a shocker with that one. It's just, you know, being a Wizards fan, it's kind of like being an Orioles fan. You're just here for the ride. You know you're not going to play good. You expect wins here and there, but you don't expect the best out of the team. Really, it's a struggle. But I'm just happy we're playing. I'm just happy we're not in last. I was expecting us to be in last. We're 13th right now. Orlando and Detroit's behind us. There's some games where we should win, don't. But the one game I watched, we played the Nets down 5 with 10 seconds left. Bradley Beal goes down, hit a 3. We get a steal. Russ hits another 3. We beat the Nets. So, you know, we're beating good teams, but then losing to teams we shouldn't have. I mean, we lost to Toronto. We were up. They come down, pull up a 3, hit a game winner, bang, game over. So it's hard to watch, but it's just the Wizards.
Yeah, I mean,
it's how it's been for the past few years.
The thing with Bradley Beal too is I don't think anybody traded for him because I think there's multiple teams that think they can get him this year in free agency because it was his last year on his deal. So, I mean, I would love for him to be on the Knicks. I think he's like the exact player we need, like that person that we can go to in clutch time when Julius Randle's off. Like Julius Randle's great, and he was an all-star this year, and he played. He's had a great season. He's fizzling out now, definitely getting tired because he's playing 40 minutes a game in Thibodeau's system. But I mean, we need like a Beal type of player that will come in, and he's that guy. Like he's the guy that you want the ball in his hand at the end of the game. So, I mean, I think Beal definitely leads the Wizards this offseason. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
Yeah,
but
I definitely agree.
I think he definitely leaves this offseason. I mean, he's 27, entering his prime, but overall, I think he'd be a really good fit for the Knicks. I'd love for them to get him. I know we were in trade talks with him for before the deadline, but I mean, I'm really hoping that we can pick him up.
I definitely could see him going to the Knicks. I also could see him going to the 76ers. I mean, they want a star player as well. They were pushing for Kyle Lowry. I don't know if Kyle Lowry's contract ends this season or not, but I think the 76ers also pick up somebody as well this all season.
I don't know if it'll be Beal though, because I mean, the vibe that I get from Bradley Beal is that he wants to be the best player on the team. Like,
yeah.
And like he's gonna have to share the ball with Joel for like, at least Embiid for sure.
Of course.
Ben Simmons,
it's Tobias Harris, and then he'd probably be the second option on that team, and Ben Simmons would more facilitate. But like, still then Tobias Harris is gonna get angry, and he's gonna want out. So it's so hard to have that many stars on one team, unless it's like the Nets where you have like a Harden, a KD, a Kyrie situation where like literally they can just play iso ball the entire game and they're all gonna have 30 points. But like having a guy like Tobias Harris who's gonna score like 20, he can score 30 points if he gets enough shots. But like if he doesn't, he's gonna score 12 to 15, and he's not gonna like that because that's not what a player of his caliber should be doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what do you think? Way too early again. Final predictions
for the NBA championship. I mean, it's hard to bet against the Nets right now. They look so good. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Once they get everybody back, it's going to be dangerous for the Nets to not win the East. So I'm going to go Nets. And I mean, I'd love to go with the Jazz, but I mean, I think if LeBron maybe come back, Andre Drummond gets out on the court, I think the Lakers make it again, and I got the Nets winning it.
I'm definitely on the Nets as well. I mean, no team in the East is competing with them. The 76ers might give them a little competition, but the way this team is playing right now is just too overpowered. And I definitely see the Jazz. I'm going to take the Jazz over the Lakers. I just don't see the Lakers going back-to-back. I don't see LeBron, AD, and Drummond playing that well. And I just think the Jazz do it, and then the Nets beat the Jazz in the final.
I will say this before we finish up this segment. If the Knicks are the 8 seed and the Nets are the 1 seed and we get a series in New York, I guarantee it, I will put $5 on this with you right now, that the Knicks will steal at least one game from the Nets. Like, it's not going to be, there's no way it's a
One
sweep.
game?
One game.
Y'all hear this? One game?
One game from the Nets. It's not going to be a sweep.
One game.
Okay.
All right.
We're good.
Back in here, gonna finish up this last segment here to talk about some UFC. Sean knows way more about me. All I know is that last time I watched a UFC fight, Conor McGregor was winning. Next thing you know, I'm like, guys, watch this. 10 seconds later, boom, 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 gets knocked out. I was like,
yeah, I mean, McGregor gets notoriously runs out of energy after the first round because he goes for a finish every single time. It's just he's a cocky guy. So, but UFC 261, we're in Florida. Full stadium of fans, first of all, which is gonna be so cool to see. Because like, there's few things that rival seeing a full stadium full of fans at a fight. I mean, it's so electric. Everybody's so into it, and like we have a great card. We have 3 championship fights. Starting off, welterweight men's championship. We have Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal. Second time they fought. First time Kamaru won. This time I think Kamaru wins again. I mean, he's such a talented fighter. I think he's number 3 pound for pound, maybe number 2 pound for pound in the world. But he's so talented, and I think he pulls that out for sure. Jorge Masvidal had an up and down career, you know, like super like in the news always. So I think that he's gonna be like, they're both from Florida, so like it's gonna be packed and it's gonna be so cool to see. I recommend you watch this one.
I think me and the guys will. I think I'm gonna agree with you and go Kamaru Usman. I'm just looking at the record here. This dude's 18-1. I mean, who do you know who he lost to?
It was before UFC, I think, like in his mixed martial arts career before UFC.
So pretty much he's undefeated in his UFC career. There, he's 18-1, and Jorge's 35-14. I mean, Usman looks like the bigger guy here, so I'm definitely gonna take him as well.
Next fight we have Wiley Zhang and Rose Namajunas. Wiley Zhang is a super talented fighter. Also, Rose is super talented, so I can see this fight going either way. I haven't really seen either of them fight too much, but I mean, I think I'm gonna go with an upset here. I'm gonna take Rose, just because I feel like that might be a little bit like a little bit controversial, but you know, I'm gonna go with her.
I don't think I'll take the underdog on this one. I think I'll take Zhang on this one. I think maybe she keeps her title there and wins that one. I'm gonna keep her there.
Okay.
But I will go with the upset on the next one.
You see, that's where I'm gonna tell you that I think you're gonna be wrong. The only person that Valentina Shevchenko has lost to in her UFC career is Amanda Nunes, and she lost to her twice. The other loss was before her UFC career, I believe. But I mean, her nickname is the Bullet. Like she's one of the second best female fighter in the world, besides Amanda Nunes, and like everybody knows Amanda Nunes. She's the best female fighter, probably the best all time, and she's won like 12 or 13 in a row. So this fight, 100% taking Valentina. I don't think she loses, and I think that she dominates this fight actually.
I think Jessica here maybe shocks the world. Just like that guy shocked Conor, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's all you. But to finish out the main card, we got Uriah Hall and Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's a super talented fighter, but Uriah Hall just beat one of the best fighters in UFC history, in Anderson Silva. So that's his last fight. I think Uriah Hall pulls it out and hopefully climbs up the ranks a little bit, gets a shot at the middleweight title. So
I'm gonna go with you on this one too. Take Uriah Hall. I mean,
okay.
Looks like the bigger dude. Looks like he might literally kill this man. I'm not even gonna lie.
And the next one we have is Anthony Smith and Jim Crew. That we got veteran Anthony Smith, 34-16, and a newcomer in Jim Crew, who is 12-1 from Australia. He's an all-around fighter. He's got 36% knockout, TKO, 36% submission, and 27% to decision by his wins. So I think that he can definitely pull this out, and I think that Anthony Smith goes down. Jim Crew moves up the rankings a big time.
I think Jim Crew wins this one.
I do.
I don't take the rookie on this one. I'm taking the veteran.
You see, with these fights that these fights specifically, if you get a guy that's coming in and like this guy's 12-1, Anthony Smith is 34-16. I mean, like you gotta always believe that like, this young guy, he's gonna want it more. And Anthony Smith has fought that's 50 times in his professional fighting career. That's a lot.
Yeah, so his body's
that's a lot. He's probably almost done anyway. So I'm going Jim Crew for sure. But I mean, like I said before, like the most interesting thing about this card is that we have a full stadium, and that's just going to be so exciting. We got our first taste of like post-COVID life in major sports the other day with the Texas Rangers. Full stadium, looked so much fun. What do you think about that?
I'm loving it. I mean, it kind of seems like we're going back to normal here with how stadiums were. I mean, we're still a little COVID shaking up. I mean, there's still a bit of COVID out there. Still, I mean, the NHL, the Canucks got like the Brazilian COVID strain, I guess. I mean, I don't even know what that is, but hopefully that gets cleared. I know everybody's getting the vaccine lately.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the summer we're going back to normal here. Mask off, full fans. I mean, Texas, it seemed like it was perfectly fine. It looked great. I loved it, having full fans there. And stadiums, we still have fans, but it's at some capacity. I mean, Roger Goodell's looking to have full capacity for
next
stadiums
season,
there. And then UFC to have full fans screaming and shouting, fighting, instead of just hearing the guys
I mean, like
beat each other up.
I will say this at first with the UFC, because I've watched UFC like pretty much. I started watching it like religiously after like the pandemic started. Like that was the first sport back on, so I watched that first card, and like I've watched a lot. The one thing that was pretty cool about it, like not seeing it without fans, is like you hear everything.
Oh, yeah.
And that is brutal, and like it makes you respect the sport so much more because like you see what these guys go through.
See, that's the one thing I liked. That's the one thing I did like about COVID during sports. You hear everything.
You get trash talk, like it's fun. I mean, that is nice, but like, it's been too long. I miss fans so much. And
I miss hearing the cheers and I mean, fans, March Madness. Jalen Suggs hits that shot.
Different.
It would have been so different.
He wouldn't be yelling at cardboard cutouts.
And you would hear the fans over them, so that would have been better too as well. I mean, like the NFL, NBA, all these major sports, having the fans, like listening to them firsthand is kind of cool, but that's what you get like the little mic'd up things for. Like college basketball, I heard everything. You hear guys yelling and stuff, but having the fans there is just way better, just hearing the crowd and stuff instead of virtual crowds.
I'm pretty sure the NBA is going for full capacity next season too, right? I think that came out the other day. Like they're gonna have COVID screening for everybody that comes in the door. So definitely, I mean, I think we're getting there. I think that and that's the most exciting part of sports is fans, and I think we're getting there. I'm super excited for everything to get back to normal. It's a good time. It's a good time right now.
I agree. I mean, once I saw Roger Goodell say full fans next season, I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to hit up a game, see my boys play. Hopefully, our sporting events as well, get full fans as well, get full crowds there. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Definitely. I mean, you're a freshman, you're a football player, but like, football games were packed last year. I mean, it was fun, and that's another thing that I really hope can happen next year is just getting.
Yeah, I want to experience that.
Fans on the field and in the stadium for me in the court. So I'm super excited about it, but we're getting close to the end of the time here. So listen to us live anytime at cougarradio.net. You can follow us on Instagram and give us a like on Facebook at Cougar Radio. Subscribe on YouTube and Spotify to watch and listen to all our podcasts and radio shows.
That's all we have here today. Me and Sean are out. We'll see you next time on Sports with Kobe and Sean.